hadama dungula balu wala kono andu hadama dunga fengo fengo dundi akono kono ayanda ke ku senawol ay ke kuti mi yalo ko ata hadama dungu mantora madum one stop water solutions limited ibe jande Gambia banko kan andu ye filtarole natal me yalo ko isala jiol kende andi anu isa senen inatale pour ka ji kendo ji senawo natale Gambia banko kan jio mi yalo ko atal mantora la andu jio diata ba one stop water solutions limited ye filtarole natal me yalo ko alse muna fanganola alla pompol isala jiol tenteng ya senendi coming alla fala nyame naketa pompoti bang abo holo fo nawek la pipe wala a filter sifa o sifa one stop solutions ya natale 10-inch filter set of 3 ya sotale filter mi yalo ko acidiota aya tenteng natara bankole ba kono fa kenyo wala kankan be bije sa be bon filter fana member ko 12-inch set of 3 filter mi yalo ko acidiota aya dada aya senendi mense beta alla jata kendato o fana sotale CTO block carbon filter o fana mu filter mi yalo ko asi chemical o bonnino jiol kono le mense beta alla jata kendaya filter member ko CTO block carbon mensi jiola chemical o be bondi akono pour kala jata kendaya sa hen nim filter sabol be kiliwo kilina pansundoku na wata tankol fana sotale kabirim 500 5000 fokata 10000 liters plumbing fittings fana be mol bulle alsemol tarano sukuta highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala isimol kumandi 505 5691 796 8270 one stop water limited solutions inatale ka jiko be sonende Gambia banko.
Good morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am your host, Jennifer Sonko, joined by my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Balde.
Yes, good morning. It's a beautiful morning, and we are back again. I had a very good weekend. I relaxed a lot. I was throughout at home.
You're always young.
Yeah, spending time with my family. You know, lolu moy time bi nga xamne la am pour ma spend ak family. So I enjoyed it to the maximum, to the climax.
Man bugana gor buy tok ker de. Man gor buy tok ker neex na ma.
Wow, weekend days bi so dem nga def loy def yep. Weekend bi nga ñew tok ker.
Nga ñew tok ker.
An sa ataya.
Ah man laaj ma man tamit sama weekend naka la ko doxale?
No sa weekend bi mom man amna si luma si hawa jot.
Yow man ma ngi def bi cuy kong yow.
Ay lele la.
Si ma dagu be ci marché bi la wax. Jënd suma vegetables yu baax suma kong yu dija. Uyuma tumbal suma ay vegetables yu correct. Uyuma def suma malo bu em.
Te nekut cu rek. Cuy diwtiri kong nga toga.
Cuy diwtiri kong. Uyuma def suma diwtir bu baax. Uyuma def suma bisap.
Man nak cu.
Te nak suma kong bi dama ko raxas gis nga boy toga cuy kong xamna haters yi duñ nangu ne li amna. Waye man cuy kong boy toga kong bi dafa wara set. Da nga jël limon nga raxase ko jël sa xorom def yeb bamba. Waruta am suuf ay yoyu.
Cuy diwtiri kong. Bu am kané guana.
Guana la tumbal di guana la tumbal
nekut kané taysin bi de guana la so
guana bu dijjar la wax la def wol suma soble bi bem moko rumbax waaw so ñu fogg ne nak dama ekati ay téléphone di call di lacté wantu lolu amut yeen man passé na level bo man ma duga wañ toga all rounder la so déggé ñu né all rounder man la
mashallah
wow
wow ñu wati nañ
thank you so much for joining us fim nekk ni nak let's take a look at what we have on the program. We have some sad news. This is what media calls for, and people working in the police. You know, sometimes you have to just put your emotions aside and just entertain people and just get to do your work. That's the sad part of it. Looking at us right now, we're quite sad as we lost two of our colleagues, Pamodu Fall as well as Musa Ndao. And we have a guest here soon who will talk to us about his relationship with these two people. I've had personal encounters with Pamodu Fall as well, which we'll be discussing eventually in the program. We have the African proverb, which we will start with as usual. And on newspaper review, we'll be joined by Lamin Fall to take us through, you know, just to help us analyze, you know, some of the things that we have on the papers. And on social issues, we'll be taking a look at the 19th January inauguration of President Adama Barrow, and we'll be joined by representatives from the Office of the President. And on Sports World, we'll be joined by Momodu Gajaga to tell us what is happening in the world of sports. Obviously, AFCON, I believe, should top the agenda. I'm looking forward to that. And on Click Segment as well. Click Segment is here, and we will get to know what is happening in the world of entertainment. Exciting already. So what is our African proverb?
All right, let's take a look at the African proverb. A spider's cobweb isn't only its sleeping spring, but also its food trap.
Yes, so, you know, when you look at this, as you know, I just feel like if somebody looks at it, it takes your mind to something a bit deeper. But the interpretation of this particular proverb is quite direct. It's very simple. It's really direct, but just maybe the words might make somebody believe that it's deeper. This is actually showing the relevance of a home, the values of a home, what you're able to get from your home. That is the security you can get from your home, you know, the shelter you can get from your home, as well as food that you can get from your home, you know, the protection that you're able to get from where you belong. When people say home is where the heart is, you know, so this is actually trying to put that across. I kind of gave it a different definition, but to be honest, I looked it up, and when I did, I found out that different interpretations are saying this, showing the value of the household.
Well, Jeraba, I had a different interpretation.
Let the debate start.
Yes, but when I listened to yours,
yes.
I mean, you convinced me.
Oh,
I mean, so
excuse me.
I agree. You know,
I'm always convincing you, right?
Yeah. So I agree on this.
So it's actually showing the value of a home. You know, being able to be sheltered in it, being able to have security in it. You know, and just where you get to belong.
Home is everything.
It is, you know, although sometimes, you know,
it's difficult. I mean,
it's
difficult. But even if it isn't, when you look at the home itself, it's a place where, as you mentioned, I mean, security. That's where you get your food. That's where you get all the protection
that you need. But sometimes it's the opposite.
I know.
You know, sexual and gender-based violence happening in households, poverty level. People do not have food to eat. You know, sometimes you even want to run away from home.
I will tell you this: even if you run away from home, sometimes it's not your wish to run away from home.
Yeah, sometimes.
But even if you are far, the heart is always at home. You must think home.
Wow.
I mean, because that's where you have your family. That's where your root is.
Wow.
So home is everything. So we will take this opportunity to make sure to all family members to make the home a better place for
everybody. It should be a better place. Yes, you know, when you come to work, the home is supposed to be so happy in a way that danga yakamti sa pour buga ñibi kër. But am nañ fi ñoo xamné duñ dé yakamti pour buga ñibi sexual and gender based violence yang ci kër yi.
Am nañu mané sax suma wacce liggéey duma dé buga aga
kër parce que poverty bang fa.
Ndaxte suma agé you know stress liggéey bi ak stress kër bi
mbaa doo di press dee daanu dee su boobaa foofu nga mujjee
waaye loolu yëpp tam comme doomi aadama you just have to move on. I mean, let nothing break you. I mean, xam nga problems they happen waaye bu nekkee ne allow nga pour nga venture into the problems daf laa break mu yaaxala at the end of the time people move on.
waaw waaye am na problems yoo xam ne tam da nga war a step aside. Man lo lagum. There's certain problems
to maintain, to bury the hatchet, to make peace.
Not to make peace. Why come nga step aside, whereby you nga step out of it. Because I'm the problems you're hamne when you just step aside, still a solution be you. It's not because maybe you're not brave, pur nga takul ko wala dara why nga wara step aside. And then when you do that, eventually things will go back to normal.
You know what I think? Come all of njay sometimes am na yena kadu yum dewa mune kumin sa wax yabla. Understand? I think sometimes am na yena kir yi nga xamne duñ de value come a particular person with all his efforts, with everything that he does, duñ ko value. Why should you step aside tuuti rek? Nga gis njëriñam understand kii fii la taxawaloon kër bi. It happened.
Dafa mel ni
I received a whole lot of things, you know.
Waaw dafa mel ni tukki rek comme kër ki tukki ki ku dem tukki dem America o beneen dëkka kooku lañ dee téye muy nit because mu ngi yónnee pound sterling yee US dollars yi waaye the person ku available di liggéey Gambie di receive dalasi. Am nga dalasi ak pound doo ko compare. Kooku lañ dee téye as black sheep family.
Loolu tam is a topic for another day because da nga seet ne tey da nga gis ne ku nekk Europe kooku la nit ñi gën a fonka ku nekk di liggéey fii bu nekkee sa yow looy am fii ku nekk Europe du ko am na ñu bëri ñu fi nekk ñu ngi liggéey fii ku nekk Europe amin ñi ñoo leen ëppale Europe
Ibrahima demal UK nga gis lan la fa nit ñi di dunda people nit ñi foofu nekkee wuñ fa dara xaalis amut sax comme amuñ xaalis pour jox la at the end of the day tur la rek
di name Europe
kese tur la rek because yow raxas bool boo xam ne hit na doo ko def sa dëkk.
Waaw let's engage Gajaga ñu seet moom tam lu mu am ci lii.
So Gajaga before we move on si sa topic bi yow lan nga am pour because gis nañ lii si kër yi hit na ku dem out mooy nit bi ku fi toog di liggéey di dangi kooku du dara parce que dalasi xam nga dalasi ak dollar beeg pound sterling bi du benn bokkuñ poids daal.
waaw loolu moom dëgg la loolu daf dee am torop soo demee si kër yi comme koo xam ne moom moo nekk breadwinner bi most of the time moom lañ dee gën a jox cër respect koo xam ne maybe mom tamit mu ngi try but komam bi melut nonu dal mu ngi melni man so mu ngi dangi waaw foog naa ne daal ñëpp lañ war a jox cër ñëpp lañ war a respect ñëpp lañ war a teete daal ba moom tamit mu am fu mooy jàpp ak yooyu noonu comme ku nekk daal da nga war a try pour yóbbu family bi ci kanam
mais pare xam nga family sax it goes beyond money it has to do with affection just mun a toog ak nit waxtaan ak moom loolu rëy la
non léegi jéena ba loolu society bi loolu concept boobu noonu léegi génn na nit ñi léegi xaalis lañ jiital dan family understand nga tey bu nekkee ne am nga xaalis loo wax rek loolu la even bu event amee bu nekkee yow yaay xale bi gaa dañoo ne bu leen start event bi sa waa ji ñëwul
parce que
waaw yow mi nga xam ne yow yaa ngee try amuloo event bu amee yow yaay dem indi sujeeri yow yaay him ataaya bi yow yaay xar matay yow yaay def te yow yaa nekka the elder of the compound so loolu yëpp ay affaire la yi nga xam ne ngeen dox ci society bi waaye xam naa yooyu noonu maybe
bii de social issue la topic yi boppam la because mu ngi xew comme noo ko waxee on a daily basis waaye anyway comme suñ proverb bi rek has to do with just the value that is attached to the home but sometimes that is not the case with poverty SGBV and just other issues that happen in the household on a daily basis. So moving on, I did mention that we have sad news today as we lost Musa Ndao as well as Modu Fall, formerly of Daily Observer, as well as communications personnel at the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. Here you see them quite sad due to road traffic accidents. Momodu Gajaga man swing tali legi nyatuma. Just recently we were having the conversation, me and you, it's a death trap, and I think it is with the trend that it's taking.
Well, definitely it's a death trap. The figures would show you if we are ranked among the top 10 in the world in terms of accidents, according to a report by the WHO. It really shows you that this is a problem, this is a tragedy. It's really devastating that almost on a daily basis you see car accidents. Well, some of them fatal, like this one. The news was shocking. You and I realized it when almost
1 a.m.
when it happened. Alucise posted it in our news WhatsApp platform. So it's really devastating, and it seems like it's a trend that is continuing. Something should be done about it, but it appears not much is being done about it to either avert it or to reduce the rate in which car accidents, car crashes, fatalities, you call it, happens every now and then in Gambia. You look at our population and the frequent rate in which car accidents are happening. It's a very sad and devastating news. The media is really in mourning, the Gambian media, to be precise.
Well, when you look at the accidents that happen in this country, I mean, sometimes, when you look, it has to do with many things. I mean, the road condition and, of course, reckless driving. So these are the main things that people consider when it comes to accidents. Well, I am a bit sad, I mean, that these people were on a national interest. They were out,
walking, actually coming back from a health promotion survey or something. So I'm not sure.
This is very sad. Almost every day we lose our young ones to road accident. Which
sad.
We should put into consideration.
We should.
It's not a matter of just talking about it. I mean, we've been talking about accidents for so long. We've invited the PRO, we've invited National Road Authority, but still now it is getting worse. And something can be done. Even recently, I received a particular picture sent to me, on this Trans-Gambia route. I mean, there was a lorry, that collided with a particular vehicle. So it was very serious. So these are things that are going to continue to happen
if we do not take action. So Momodu Gajaga, I know you know Musa Ndao as well as Modu Fall. So what was your relationship with them? What can you tell us about them?
Well, Modu Fall, precisely somebody that I've got very close to. I started journalism covering sports in 2008 when I was actually still going to school. But Modu is somebody who would guide us as young ones, newly in the profession, give us words of encouragement. He's that kind of a person who is sociable, who, almost everyone get along with. Musa Ndao equally would smile at you whenever he sees you, say hello. They are very accommodating people, and that's what everyone is talking about. Basically, some of their former colleagues, Omar Wali, our very own Aliou Cisse, you know, Hatab Fadera, who used to work at the US Embassy, you know, are all people who are very close colleague of theirs. So until recently, when the defunct Observer was closed and, you know, Pamodu moved on, now until his death, he was working as a communications officer at the Ministry of Health, through health promotion. It was like mainly the same relationship. The other time I went there, this was about 2 months ago before I traveled to Dubai. When I was doing my COVID test, I contacted him to say, my travel is urgent, so where can I quickly do the test? So he directed me to go to Kotu and do the test there, the PCR test before I left. So mainly that has been like the experience of many people dealing with these two individuals. They said they're very cool people, they're down to earth, they're accommodating, they're friendly as well. So you can use all sorts of good attributes talking about these two, and it will never be sufficient. And I think it's a great loss to their family, great loss to the media fraternity, great loss to the colleagues who know them, who've been together with them for so many years. I think it's really shocking, so devastating.
For me, I don't know that other guy, but I know Pamodu. I mean,
Musa Andao? You don't know Musa?
I'm not used to him.
Okay.
But I know Pamodu, and I can remember a couple of times we interacted, you know, and in fact I was surprised, how did this guy know me? I mean, he was the first to meet me and call me. Balde, nakam, yai cool, yai fine. And the mental picture of him that I have now is every day I passed, you know, him at Tabokoto with his kids, I think taking them to school almost every day. So when I heard about his death, that's what I remembered. I see him always at Tabokoto, you know, with the kids. So we are sending our condolences to his family and friends. Yeah,
so my encounter with him, like you mentioned, it's him trying to talk to me as a young person, as a senior in the media, trying to talk to a little junior, I would say. Because when he was in the media, time bubu nonu man school, hej na nursery school la nekon wala fenensa. Why daf de ñew si man personally, dafa in fact jël suma number daf ma de call Pamodu di ma wax ne yaangi doko door nekka nga xale, but continue pushing, pushal di ma encourage te xawma ko from anywhere, just si télé bi la ma gis, waaye dafa jël suma number call ma just pour one minute, you can do this. Xam nga fa so ngi nit bobu nonu suñ ko ñaaké dafa melni ñun ñepp a ñaaka, because he's just, you know, such an open person.
Well, it's sad that sometimes good people ñi nga xamné suñ démé rek daf dé link. It's a chain. I mean, bu nekké mota ñu né doomi adama da nga wara baax. So baaxé so fi nekka tut daf dé link. Di nga gis at least ku nekka dina am lu mo wax CEO, because Danga try to impact Kuneka, you know. Although man at some point he did not contribute on my career. Why?
Contribute. Why
interaction?
Exactly.
That relationship buñ am. Suma committee bala may wax sa momo ma njëkka approach nuyuma.
Yoyu lay wax.
So lolu nonu rek.
Dara la waaw man sa du ne dafa contribute na def major contribution si kenn. Waaye just nit ki gémmiñam bu mu ubbi won la ne yow mun nga dem te di nga de yow loolu rek lu rëy la waaw, because am nañ fi ñoo xam ne ñu ngi si position am moom nekk senior journalist te dañ la dee won ne yow doo dem
ñëw tuuti comme que duga ngeen si olof bi man still suma encounter ak moom 2008 bu ma duggee si sports reporting. Pamodu is one person ko xam ne ñun as the young ones, ok léegoo léeg dañ dee toog di kebetu di wax ne amuñ pass te moom dañuy dox mu ne non amul problème Gajaga dinaa la jox li bi yow yaa ngi dem Brikama fekk Serekunda is at the mini stadium suñ fa demee pour cover football daf ñu dee wax ne ok Gajaga yow amal $20 yow li mun na laa yóbbu Brikama. So he did that with so many young guys coming up at the time. So yooyu yëpp baaxaay la boo xam ne nit mun na ko wax fii ba ëllëg daal.
ba pare Gajaga baax sa moo am solo, parce que moom mënoon naa nekk suñu senior ñuy mag mu gisee ñu ne xale yi sax xaw ma na understand, because am na fi sometimes nga nekk yaaga si profession nga gis ay xale yuy jóg nga feel ne yow ñooñu they comme jaruta wax ak ñoom wala jarut sa nga dimbale leen or anything loolu ñun ñëpp victime man personally victime la I've been through something like that waaye da ngaa gis ne Pa Modou mi nga xam ne man su ma ko gisee sa nekkut maa ko dee dem nuyu de moo dee ñëw si man ne ma kan la jeena ba man la Pa Modou Fall te teg si ekkatiwaat sa téléphone ne ma jeena ba man la Pa Modou Fall lii ak lii ak lii xam nga kooku suñ ko ñàkkee ñun luñ ñàkk dafa bari dafa mel ni dafa am kilifa boo xam ne dañ ko ñàkk si media fraternity bi koo xam ne kuy jóg rek dina la ne yow di nga dem te di nga dem
definitely
so ñàkk bi daal loo xam ne la lu métti la torop waaye comme ni ma ko waxee as journalist ñun suñ liggéey dafa métti parce que suñ amee émotion sax dañoo wax foog ñu toog wax foog ñu toog continuer suñ liggéey so loolu rek a si métti waaye ñu ngi ñaanal famille bi
waaw Jennifer foog naa war nañ ci yokka tuuti mooy yëfi accident
waaw
ok man lu may ñaan suñ mbokki drivers yi ñun si suñ boppa ñi nga xam ne dañu am suñ moto yi whether commercial vehicle or private vehicle su ñuy dem si yoon bi nañ di xelaat ne comme ok suñu yoon yi taxul ñoo baax noonu te at the same time tamit yëfi accident mu ngi bari am na yenn sport yi nga xam ne pour dawal foofu moto ak speed dafa dangerous ok yow soo si loriwut mun ngaa dem nga lor keneen koo xam ne mi bi da nga ko tampon wala yooyu noonu man just sometime last year on Tabaski Day fekk time covid la ñu ngi woon quarantine and you know ñu dégg ne boori Sénégal bi am na ay xale ñi nga xam ne dañ doon réysante moto keneen ki dem tampon foog naa ñetti xale la rey on the spot so am nga loolu it is very very sad so nañ bàyyi xel si loolu nit nga jógee si sa kër suba nga ne yaa ngi xëy pour dem liggéey nga dem doo ñëwaat ñëpp xam nañ ne comme day time la sa waxtu si jotee di nga dee ba tamit da ngay dimbale sa boppa su ñëwee si façon yooyu na tamit moto nga def ko ndànka nga dawal ndànka te ba pare nga bàyyi xel si yoon bi nga concentré ak noonu
daw ndànka dal ndànka
ba pare sax lii dafa unacceptable dee la ba kenn moomu ko waaye dafa am yenn façon gi dee yi nga xam ne dafa unacceptable because mënoon nañ koo prevent recently I've seen the Ministry of Transport giving out some gadgets here and there saying they're actually worried they want to boost the capacity of the mobile traffic. I just hope with those gadgets changes can happen. It goes beyond gadgets, it's just about people's attitudes and all of that. Man suma duggee moto ma jël taxi driver bi dama ko dee just serious warning man ne ko ne driver da ngaa daw ndànka ñu aaga fu maa dem man yaakamtiwu ma maa la fay so na ñëpp di def loolu noonu bu ko defee ñu saama suñ bakken yi bu yàlla waxee nag fii la moo am waaye ñun tam nañ def effort ba pare mu rafet sax loolu moo nekk the most important thing. So thank you so much Mamadou Gajaga for joining us on this morning, and you're joining us again on Sports World. Looking forward to some of the analysis that you will give us ahead of Gambia's game with Tunisia. So we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back we'll be joined by Lamin Fall to just help us analyze some of the stories that we have on the papers. I'm seeing interesting headlines already. We'll be right back.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522 222 353 2222.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So we already dealt with our African proverb and gave tribute to Musandao as well as Pa Modou Fall. So if you've missed anything, just head right on to our Facebook or YouTube page. We're streaming live. And Ibrahim, I think it is important that people just go online as well to be commenting on our African proverb.
Very
just tell us,
yes.
Tell us what you think about the proverb. Do you agree with our analysis? If you do not agree, tell us yours. You know, let's just have a little bit of fun here.
We can share, so that we can learn from you too. It's
and
important.
You learn from us.
Yes, exactly. So, Janaba,
the point?
Yes, let's go straight to the headline of the Point newspaper. Scorpions coach loud fighting spirit against Mali. And of course, UDP condemns minister's action as abuse of power. Women Empowerment Foundation seeks support for Tanka project. NY Times names Kunta Kinte Island among 52 places for travelers to visit in 2022. That's a tourism thing.
Oh yes, and that's your thing, Smiling Coast, right?
Exactly.
So moving on here on The Voice, we have UDP criticizes Minister of Land over established commission of inquiry against KMC, and journalists and lawyers should investigate airport fees, says Alaji Seidi Barrow, and government refutes allegation of land allocation to Indian company, and suspected drug smugglers flee into mangroves, and also flour shortage caused by production problem, says Ministry of Trade. And on the editorial here, we have Gambians that toll rises to 16 at that 9-story bronze building in New York. Quite sad there. So thank you so much for joining us on the program, Lamin Fall. So yes, let's start with the Commission of Inquiry set up by the Minister of Lands, as UDP criticizes Minister of Land over established Commission of Inquiry against KMC. So what is your take on this? You know, do you think it is okay, considering the commission is based on law? Should the KMC go ahead with it? Why should they? Why should they not?
Before delving into that, first off, good morning, and thank you very much for having me. I would also like to extend my heartfelt condolences to the families of Pamodu Fall and Musandao. It's shocking news, really. I've not really interacted with both of them that much, but just for the simple fact that we share the profession, you know, and one or two events that we've met, it's really shocking, and I hope their families would be able to bear their loss. Coming to the issue of the KMC and the commission, if there is nothing to hide, I see nothing wrong with the commission going on. This is my honest opinion. Someone up there feels that a wrong has been done. What is the matter with correcting that wrong if it really happened? If the KMC as an institution has nothing to hide, and also the government also feels that a wrongdoing has been done, it's just a matter of allowing the commission takes its course. Both parties present their revelations, whatever that they have to say, and then the jury would make a decision based on all of the evidences that have been presented. I honestly see nothing wrong with the commission. Honestly, no.
Okay, what do you make of this? I mean, UDP coming and giving a particular information that this is not only political motivated, but also to tarnish the image of the mayor.
Well, the UDP is the party where Talib Ahmed Bensouda belongs. So it is not a surprise that they will be commenting on the issue. They have all the right to say this is a politically motivated commission. It is their right as bona fide citizens of the country. Likewise, my right as well to say that I see nothing wrong with the commission. So in order to put everything at ease, in order for everyone to know exactly what is happening, I think they should just let the commission take its course, basically. Yeah,
like you said, it's quite normal.
It's quite normal,
even if the commission was directed to NPP, or you will see their spokesperson come out to say, you know, this is a witch hunt or something. But anyway, let's see what happens, because we are aware, we are getting unconfirmed reports that Talib Ahmed Bensouda met President Adama Barrow to discuss with him in relation to this matter. So I'm not sure if that is going to affect the entire process. And if that is so, what do you think about that as well?
I've seen something like that on Twitter. Yes. It was posted, well, it's a screenshot of a post by one of the staff of the commission. I am not sure if that is true or not, but in my opinion, I feel well, I'm not privy to what they discussed, what Ahmed Bensouda and President Barrow discussed. But based on the post that I saw, it was on the matter. If that is the case, I am not sure that was the right thing to do, because the president really has not much to do with the commission as far as I am concerned. This is a government. You know, the president is the head of the government, yes, but he is not the one running the government by himself, alone. The government is a whole institution. And going to the president, talking about an issue that is yet to be investigated, I think that is just coming in the way of things. And it makes Talib Ahmed Bensouda and the KMC guilty of whatever they are being accused of.
Well, except and until, I mean, we know. Yes, for maybe his purpose of going to the president is to discuss a different matter.
But this is exactly what we are saying. This is exactly what we are saying.
A person, I've seen a person working at the KMC confirming. That's why I'm saying unconfirmed, because you know, things you just see around. Somebody just confirming that they've met and they've spoken about the matter. I think the issue is that whatever the meeting was based on should not affect the commission, because the next time that we have to set up a commission to investigate anyone, then it's a matter of, oh, I need to talk to somebody to halt the whole process. But anyway, we wouldn't just jump into conclusion, because like you mentioned, we don't know what was discussed and what was the matter, but we would just see what the commission will actually come out with eventually. Maybe if we had a corruption commission, maybe the bill, then we wouldn't have actually set up a whole commission again to investigate.
From where I stand right now, as things are going, nothing can really stop the commission from going on. So I think it's just for us to sit down, relax, and have a cup of coffee and watch the proceedings.
And get some popcorn as well. So journalists and lawyers should investigate airport fees, says Alhaji Said Barrow. So the airport fees is causing a lot of controversy. The last time Adama, the head of marketing at GT Adama Njai was here. I know it's not directly under their jurisdiction to really control these fees, but it also affects them, as when tourists come in and they're disgruntled, it would affect their processes. So he was talking about the fact that meetings are underway to actually see how they put it in the ticket. Well, but other people are saying it's already in the ticket.
Exactly. So, you know, for me, I was a bit confused when Adama came here on this program. He said this should be included on the fee on a normal circumstances. But there is a particular person from GIA who said this is already included in the ticket. So I am confused. Then the communication chain between these two parties is a problem.
There's something missing.
So really the main issue here is as Gambians and as travelers, we all feel that the $20 security fee, they call it, is a rip-off. Daylight rip-off. This is a general notion if you go and ask around. Just over the weekend, I was talking to someone on this same issue, and his response was, the security fee is quite normal, but usually it is included in the price of the ticket. If you go to other countries, it is already included in the price of the ticket. If you ask for a breakdown of what you've paid for that seat on the airplane, it is included in the ticket that this portion of the money is going in for security fee. But with the way the Gambia is doing it, they're receiving this cash money, and we don't even know where the cash money is going to. They're insisting that you pay cash, but where is the money going to?
And again,
just last week, a staff of the institution was sacked simply because he spoke on the issue, saying that the security fee is a rip-off, and some people are just making millions out of it. That right then and there, you know, he was sent a letter saying
that was the disappointment they made. I mean,
saying that he violated some part of their constitution or some part of their rules and regulations as an institution, and thus he is his contract is thereby terminated. He is of course going to seek redress in the courts. This is evident because he has made it clear he is not in the country at the moment, but he says he is going to seek redress. But really, it just goes to tell us how far these people are going in order to make sure that they safeguard this $20 they are putting in their pockets, because it is not being accounted for as far as I am concerned. They are not showing us proof as regards to where the money is going. The conditions of the airport is still deplorable. The security is lacking. You go to the airport, sometimes your plane lands, you are waiting for hours before you even leave the airport premises. What are they doing with this money? What services have they improved as a result of taking all of this $20 from? How much millions have been pumped in just as a result of this $20 that people are paying to come in and paying to go out? So it's just ridiculous as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's important, Janaba, we focus on how this is going to cost our tourism sector. Because, I mean, Janaba, you've traveled. I mean, you've traveled to different airports. And I think you've seen the difference between...
There's huge difference anyway. There is. But for me, what I always say is, Lemon, I do not mind paying $20, but let me pay it at a bank. Let me pay the $20 at the bank. Buguma rang they say $20. And
the worst thing is, some of them are not even informed. When they come to the airport, that's the time they'll tell them you have to pay it. So they struggle calling their family members to bring money for them.
Dinañ mëna account auditors yi suñ ñëwé dinañ mëna account fofu xaaliss bi duga waye rang lolu xewatut lolu dafa xewi di rang di fay dara si jamono buñ tollu ni 2022.
Well, this is all corruption.
Dafa tay xew.
You know, I don't know, the whole issue is just very bogus, and it just leaves a bad taste in the mouths of many people, as far as I know. The money is not being accounted for. People are paying money, they don't know where the money is going into. The services at the airport are still, you know, horrible as far as I am concerned, having experience traveling through the Gambia International Airport. Sometimes you have flights come in, the door in which you are supposed to enter into the main parlor is locked, and they are running around trying to find the key. Just imagine a whole airport, a whole Gambia International Airport. And you're still taking this money from the people.
There's a lot to be done. But Lamin, because we have few minutes to go, we have to look at something very important before you go. As the Ministry of Trade is saying that the flour shortage caused by production problems. It is caused by production problems. That's what they're saying. We have 2 production companies in the Gambia when it comes to flour. And he is talking about here that NAWEC and there's a faulty generator or something. That is the reason why one of the companies was unable to produce it. And for the other company, they were unable to get the raw materials on time to actually produce it, just so we are able to have flour. And they're talking about the subsidization of these particular companies to ensure that we get to have some form of industrialization. I'm confused with all of this, to be honest.
Equally. I am equally confused because I hear rumors that the Gambia government has tasked GRA to gather a certain amount of revenue for this year. As a result, they have also introduced new levies on imports and exports. This could be a reason why there is a shortage of flour. Because there is a linkage. Because if the minister right now is telling us that one of the companies does not have enough raw materials to be able to go ahead with production, where is the raw material coming from? Is the raw material coming from outside? Is it still at the seaport, and the ship that is carrying the container is not able to dock because there is a problem at the seaport as well? Sometimes a ship would come and would be in our waters for months. They will not be able to dock. Meanwhile, another that is paying huge amounts of money to GRA would be allowed to dock the moment they come in.
Okay, we cannot confirm that right now.
No, I can confirm all of this.
You can?
Personally, yes.
But we don't have
I can do this. But this, I'm just trying to tell you that there is a linkage.
Yes.
There is a linkage between what is happening and, of course, what has been happening.
Sure.
So what is the government going to do as far as the shortage of flour is concerned? And all of these businesses, are they privately owned? Is the government ready to invest in flour production in the country in order to make sure that issues like this will not happen? Because as it stands, we are not the only ones suffering. The people that are making bread are also suffering. This is where they earn their living.
Why they're going to infinite there's a hoarding, you know.
Even if there is a hoarding, they are suffering as well.
Yeah.
I am a business owner. If I close down my business, I am not making money. I am not happy that I am closing down my business. We cannot blame them. Honestly, I am not blaming any bread maker in this country. I am blaming the system for failing us as Gambians. I am also blaming the system for not making things readily available for every citizen of this country. And if they are not going to find a solution to the issue, we're just going to keep on having similar problems.
Mr. Fall, we have I think we have things to change in this country. Because when you look at most of these things are imported into our country. When you look at tomato paste, it's imported. And you look at all the things we eat.
Over 50% of what we eat is imported.
Can we do it for ourselves?
Well,
yeah, it takes a process. Takes me, takes you, takes Lamin to also make it happen.
Yeah.
Because ñun ñaata ñoo bëgg a dem
but
ci agriculture.
we also require political will.
Well,
there has to be political will because in as much as we want to do it, if the environment is not conducive enough or the materials that we will need to do it is not available, then there's a problem. Our farmers are already suffering. We have farmers in this country. We have people that are growing rice and, of course, other agricultural products, but they are still struggling to have their processes mechanized.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, Lamin Fall.
It's
always
good
to have you here. But anyway, like Mr. Mbuj always says, there's just certain changes that are supposed to happen. It's beyond government. And he says that we are government at the end of the day to make certain changes, you know. I'm not taking sides here, but there are just some changes that are too collective for them just to happen with a snap of a finger if a group is not willing to also just join hands to make it happen. It's always good to have you here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about the inauguration of President-elect Adama Barrow, and we'll be joined by representatives from the Office of the President, as well as the Police PRO, as well as here to talk about security. So when we come back, we'll delve into that conversation. We'll be right back.
Want it? Order for it and pay quickly using Quick Pay on the Q Money platform. With great technology comes ease and convenience. Get a glimpse of what a comfortable life is with Q Money by dialing *323# now. Call 133 for more information. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe.
The light at the end of the tunnel, and my technology is the answer. I am the happiness in your life. I keep you connected, and I am Q Power. I am QCell. I am Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Call 111 for more information.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now we're heading right onto social issues as President-elect Adama Barrow will be sworn in on 19 January 2022. And we're joined by Ami Bojang Sisoho, the Director of Press at State House, as well as the PRO of the Gambia Police Force, Lamin Jai. Thank you so much for joining us. But Auntie Ami, before we talk about the inauguration, I'm aware that Pamodo Fall was quite close to you. So I was just, just share your experience with her before we head right on to the topic of discussion.
I think it's very sad and shocking.
Yeah.
Yes, we should, while we are alive, we should always expect death. But when death comes so close, you feel that you are disappointed, but that's what Allah has willed. Pamodo was a gentleman, a perfect gentleman, I would say. Very polite person, down to earth. These are things I have known. And I knew him when he was a young journalist coming up. He was at the point at the time, but because of our activism, he used to cover health issues we do at Gamco Trap, and we became very close. Even when he was at the ministry, he will consult me. He said, Auntie Ami, what do you think about this? I said, do this, do this, do this. I was always giving him little advice here and there. Pamodo was a real gentle soul. Musa I also knew because he was part of the journalism group, so we knew him as a journalist coming up. They were all hardworking in their own ways, but they're very young souls, definitely. I felt sad this morning when I got the news because I didn't get it early. So I just pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant them the best of Jannah and to console the families they left behind. It has been a very sad morning for us when we got the news. And all of them. I didn't know the third person, but I pray to Allah that Allah give them all Jannah and protect them.
Yes, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, Auntie Ami. I think all of the three things that you mentioned, it's just what every other person repeats of Pamodo. Yes, and we are very sorry as well, considering the fact that you were very, very close to him. So we'll just allow you to take that in while we have a conversation with the police PRO, Lamin Jai. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you just take us through some of the security preparations that are put in place ahead of the inauguration of President-elect Adama Barrow?
Very well. Thank you so much for having us in this very important program. Like you have mentioned, the discussion point is to do with the upcoming inauguration of the President-elect, which is scheduled to take place on the 19th of January 2022. So far so good. Security measures have been put in place, and that's why we want to dialogue with the general public so that the public will be able to support the security processes and procedures, and this helps a lot in ensuring that events like this comes and go hitch-free. So far we have put security measures in terms of traffic. For example, there will be traffic control on this very important day. Say for example the route that the VIPs will take to the stadium, because the ceremony is such that foreign dignitaries are also invited, and so the route they will take, we will have adequate traffic presence around this area to ensure. In fact, we want to add the fact that certain areas, certain of our roads might be, diversions may be created. And so we want the general public, especially the commercial vehicle population, to be very understanding of this situation. Due to security issues and situations, there might be diversions at certain areas. When they get to these points, and the police will be there to show them where the diversions are, so they can follow those directions in order to be able to allow the process to continue. Also, we have crowd control that also will be taking place. We'll have our officers on the ground to control, because you will understand that the stadium contains a lot of people, and so as a result of this, we will have officers there that will be helping to maintain peace and tranquility all throughout, and also to be vigilant and watching out as well. Equally, we will have patrols. we know when events are ongoing, we have a lot of situations that are also going outside as well. And so as a result of that, we are cognizant of this fact, and so we will have patrols at all designated areas across the Combo, the KM, Banjul and West Coast region, which is very close to the stadium. So there will be robust patrol across all these areas, and so we want to also get the public to understand that these patrols are normal routines, and so they are not meant to create any form of panic or harassment for anybody, but it's just normal patrols as well. We equally, all this process will go along also with intelligence gathering, because we have our plainclothes officers, criminal intelligence officers as well, that are within even anti-terrorism intelligence also as well. They are also going to be embedded within as well, to be able to collect intelligence and gather intelligence, so that we should be able to go through all the event without any problem. Now, what I wanted to reiterate is the fact that the people that are coming to the program as well, Anti-Army will come in to highlight, to shed light on this. There are invitations that are given to these people, and they have designated areas where they are supposed to be. So the security will be there to guide this process also, to ensure that the invitation card that you receive, the designated area where you're supposed to be, you are at that place. And so that will be very important for people to adhere to and to follow that process, because it's all geared towards ensuring that there is tranquility throughout the whole process. Equally, journalists like you.
Yes. I think Anti-Army will come to that.
Are you also collaborating with your sister force to make this a success?
Very well. In fact, on the way, we are with the military PRO as well, who is also going to shed light on the military's preparation as well. But when it comes to the interior, police is the leading department, and so we want to also inform the public accordingly as well, to understand that the whole interior department security will be in this operation. That is the immigration, the fire rescue, the prison service, and the drug law enforcement agency. All of them will be partaking in the operation. So people will be familiar with these procedures now, to understand that when we have this kind of magnitude of events, we need all hands on deck. So when an immigration officer say to you, you have to sit at this particular area because of that's what your invitation card is saying, don't say, look, this is not your job, you know, you are an immigration officer, you're not supposed to be here. This is but do understand that this is a security operation, and this person is a security officer, so therefore the objective is to see that there is peace and tranquility.
All right, so thank you so much to the police PRO, Laminjai, for joining us. I'm afraid we might have to let you go. Good question you asked, if they're joining with their sister forces. Yes, they are, and we'll be joined by the PRO of the Army soon. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Auntie-Ami, what are some of the preparations ahead of the inauguration? He touched a part that is very important and dear to you, which is journalists.
Yeah, I'll come to that later. Thank you very much for having us. As we are all aware, this is a very important event. I think the last time we have the magnitude of such an event is when the president was being sworn in the last time in 2017, when you have a lot of heads of states who were here. So you can imagine a similar thing is going to happen, because we have confirmed 8 heads of states who are going to be here. So there's a lot of work to be done. So it's very important that we understand that this is a national event, but it has an international dimension. Now that we are having all these heads of state coming into the country, and others are being represented by other high-profile dignitaries. So it's very important that everybody is aware of that. Also, a lot of groundwork has been going on in terms of the preparation for the venue. Also, the organizing committee has been looking at other aspects like the publicity aspect. That's why we're here discussing, so that the people who are out there will be updated on what's going on, how we're going about it. The issue of invitations came up, and it's very important. Because we have categories of the invitations in terms of how people are going to be seated. You have the presidential days, but you have the presidential days B and A also. So when you come with A, and you're going towards B, they can redirect you to say, no, you have to take the other route. People have to understand that, because you as VIPs coming, you don't want to be embarrassed. So, and the invitation is done in such a way that behind it, it will direct you. So it's going to be easy to know where to sit. So you don't have to go to the wrong route to be moving in and out just to find your seat. And also we have the protocol officers. They'll be there to support the security. So when you come and you are identified, the protocol officers will take you to your seats. Apart from the VIP at that end, we have another set of seats. That is the covered pavilion. You have the covered pavilion, you have the right, and you have the left wing. So also that will be checked when you bring in your invitation. So they will check because they have different colors. So that just to help people identify their seats. But you also have an opposite covered pavilion, which is also available. But then you have the public gallery that will be opposite the scoreboard, where when you come early, you don't need an invitation. You come early, you take a seat, and you are okay. And people can also identify those places and how to enter them. Once you get to the stadium, you will know the different routes that you will be directed to. We also want to appeal to people to come on time.
Yes, I want
timeliness.
That's very important.
We all know that President Barrow, when you say 10 o'clock, he's 10 o'clock. So for now 5 years, I think we are used to him, going to places on time. So the public and those invited should make sure that they are well before. 9:30, they should be seated. So that when the VIP guests come, the heads of state come in, there is no waste of time. And secondly, if the VIPs are already at the stadium and you even have a VIP card, invitation card, and you're late, you'll not be allowed in.
Right.
People should know that. So you don't want to be embarrassed leaving your home all the way to the stadium just to be told that you can't enter because you are late. I don't think people want to do that. And that's the very important part. The other part will be the military parade and all this. We'll get to that. But then when it comes to the media, we need to also clarify. We have almost everybody wants to have their whole media outfit into the stadium. That is not possible. We have made arrangements. This time it's a unique arrangement that we have done. All the media houses, especially the TVs, are going to link up and get from one source their feed. And we have put up our strengths together so that we support each other as a Gambian media outfit that is going to cover this event. So that is why we looked at the issues like, for example, how are we going to cover this? And we agreed that at the technical level, they looked at it, they have discussed, they have agreed. Now QTV will cover live from State House to the stadium. And they'll hand over to GRTS to continue feeding the rest. And that live feed from QTV is not just for TV. QTV is for all the stations. So we are working together as one. And then when we get to the stadium, the same thing. If we want a drone shot, we say, okay, Africa, you have expertise in that area. You supply the feed. QTV, iAfrica, all the other, they are going to bring their cameras together. So all the cameras will be positioned. This is a unique arrangement, which we really applaud the media for at least opening up to accept that we all want to partner to serve the best interests of this event in the name of the Gambian media. And GRTS also, we must commend them as the state media opening up and accepting that, yes, we can work with our partners to make sure we do the best of coverage. And that is there. The other media that we are expecting are those coming from outside. The heads of states usually come with their official media team. So we need to create the accreditation for those people also. And individual accreditation applications we have had. We are looking at all this. So far the list is so much that we have to go back and review how we have to cut down on the numbers for each media house. This is what we are.
So tell us some of the preparations underway at your end.
By the way, I would like to start off by saying good morning to you all.
Morning, Mr. Simon.
And happy inauguration ceremony in anticipation. The preparations are such that from the side of the armed forces, it's multifaceted. We are having our normal collaboration with the sister security services in providing the security needs as far as this event is concerned. regarding the VIPs that are coming and also securing their routes and their accommodations, and of course the premises for the ceremony itself, which is the Independence Stadium. And apart from that, also there is a component which is the parade component that every Gambian would love to see. That is also, you know, a component that is. But just to go a little bit further, is to say that on that very day you're going to be having the Gambia National Army Detachment stationed permanently at the Banjul International Airport. And the reason for this is to be able to accord the visiting heads of state that will be arriving, you know, their customary traditional tunes, to be more direct, their national anthems upon arrival, because that is the first honor that is accorded them on arrival. And apart from that, also their accommodation sites is the Gambia Armed Forces, also in collaboration with the Economic Forces and also the Gambia Police Force and of course the SIS. That will be having that interagency cooperation to make sure that, you know, intelligence gathering is done, and also those areas are also cordoned off completely to make sure that their safety is guaranteed while they are, you know, in our shores, because we have to understand the dynamics here. Internationally, once a head of state travels out, you know, of his jurisdiction to another, then it becomes the responsibility of the host country to take charge of his security. And to this effect also, the Gambian forces have dispatched the necessary amount of aide-de-camp to all these visiting heads of state that will be coming in anticipation of, okay, the Senegalese president, His Excellency, is coming, and this is the aide-de-camp, if you like, an officer that is loaned to them. You know, whatever they require security-wise, those are the people that will be, you know, provided for them and explained to them. Per se, just like you see the ADC to the president, you also accord the same courtesy to all the visiting heads of state. So all this, you know, entails a lot of preparations behind the scenes, and also during the parade we will anticipate to see a very, very befitting parade for the day, because the parade commander is a doyen. The parade commander is a doyen in parade. Lieutenant Colonel Babakar Sanyang is the one that is going to be leading the parade. And when you look at the detachment commanders also and the sub-detachment commanders as well, both male and female detachments, I know you would love to hear that, female detachments.
I love that.
Yes, you look at them, you know that these are doyens also. This is not their first rodeo, and then you would expect nothing less, you know, other than a very, very befitting parade fit for the occasion.
Looking forward to that.
Yes, before we, you know, I know time is against us, but on a final note, for you and I, we know the importance of inauguration, but so for someone sitting out there, maybe this person don't know. He might think this is just a victory celebration, sort of. What do you have for them?
Just to tell them that on the 4th of December, Gambians went to the polls. They went to the polls to decide who should be their next president, and it happens to be His Excellency President-elect Adama Barrow. So, but the Constitution requires that he takes the oath of office, and that means he needs to be sworn in a public space, and this is what is going to happen on the 19th of January. And when that happens, then he now takes starts the next 5 years of his term. So he needs to swear in to continue the work he has been doing in his case, because every president has to swear for a purpose, the oath of office. And what you want at the end of the day, as the president always says, is that to continue the peace, progress and prosperity for the Gambia to continue to develop.
Auntie, I mean, I saw something interesting on your Facebook page, the State House Facebook page. It says that the inauguration of a youth-led future. When I saw that, it caught my attention. What does that mean?
It means that the future in which the president is going to lead the country in the next 5 years will encourage the leadership of young people to know that they have a say in the development of the country, and they have to take leadership in all aspects of our development. Just before we came in, you were discussing something with your former guest, and you talked about the issue of how do we move as a country. If we have our young people taking leadership in agriculture, I don't think we'll complain about food. If we have our young people taking leadership in technology, we will not have problem of security in cybersecurity issues. If we have our young people taking leadership in positions they have been given responsibility to lead, whether you are the head of a unit, whether you are head of a group, then we will move this country very fast.
Okay, but I'm happy about the fact that it is saying it's a youth-led future, particularly. Thank you so much, Auntie Ami, for joining us. So just final words in a second.
Yes, just want to add that the president-elect will not only be sworn in as the president of the republic, but since it is a republic, he is also going to be the de facto commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
So he needed to put that across.
Very, very important.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, thank you so much for joining us.
Military.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the inauguration. With what I've heard already, it seems very organized. The media coming together, the security forces coming together. So I'm looking forward to a very organized inauguration come Wednesday, inshallah.
I just want to say that I know there is a political dimension, but that's not our role. The politicians, they will do their own coordination, organizing us to get their candidate supported. That's their role. That's different from what we are doing.
So this is just, you know, the collective one. So we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Mamadou Gajaga once again to tell us what is happening in the world of sports. Do stay tuned.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Want it? Order for it and pay quickly using Quick Pay on the Q Money platform. With great technology comes ease and convenience. Get a glimpse of what a comfortable life is with Q Money by dialing *323# now. Call 133 for more information. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe.
The light at the end of the tunnel, and my technology is the answer. I am the happiness in your life. I keep you connected, and I am Q Power. I am QCell. I am Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. Call 111 for more information.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and now we're joined by Mamadou Gajaga once again to take us through what is happening in the world of sports. Thank you for joining us once again.
It's a pleasure always to be here and talk about sports, and better way to start than the Africa Cup of Nations. Gambia marching on in the competition. Debutants, if you want underdogs, there's an underdog tag. They're not a good team. They play one of the poorest footballs. They defend a lot. But at the end of the day in football, you know what counts? It's the result. And Gambia got that result against Mali, deservedly so. It was Mali who scored first, late in the game, in the 79th minute, from the penalty spot after that thing you call VAR, Video Assistant Referee, intervened.
I never knew that.
It appears to be a push, Ibu Adams, on one of the Mali defenders. So the referee, after a second look, pointed to the spot. So Kone stepped in and scored a beautiful penalty. And the Gambian bench were devastated. Everybody, the coach, everybody was like in a somber mood. And for us back home here, when we were watching on television, we couldn't even believe it. We say, how is this possible? We were tactically disciplined, very organized at the back. How comes we concede a goal? But again, you know what happened? In the 90th minute, Gambia got a penalty after the substitute came in. Badamosi, Ibrahim Okoli, and Modu Barrow. Inside the box, a Malian player handled the ball, and it was penalty Gambia. Also again, after a VAR check, Musa Barrow stepped in and buried it inside the back of the net. Beautiful penalty, 1-1. Gambia got their points. So in Group F, it is Gambia on top by, virtually because of, what do you call it, alphabetical order, because us and Mali got 4 points after 2 matches. And our final game will be against Tunisia on Thursday. Tunisia yesterday won against one of our group opponents, that is Mauritania, that we beat earlier. Tunisia beat them 4-0. So that's also going to be another tough game. But with this approach, we'll be talking about other matches, but maybe Jennifer and Balde, you must have watched the matches or following Gambia's game.
Well, when I watched our game yesterday, I mean, at the dying minutes, I almost died.
Me too.
You know,
I died.
I was like, what happened? But when I saw the penalty, I was praying for the VAR to give us a penalty. Yes. And it was a penalty. I can say, on extra time, we were able to make it, my brother.
And Mamadou Gajaga, for me, I did not like VAR. Man, how one VAR means? Why guess no one use a VAR for you? Man, why VAR bana?
Bana, wow. So you is a borio, then they content. So when it goes against you, you're
then
like,
you were like,
that was so close.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you have? What else do you have for us?
Yeah, so the Africa Cup of Nations has been interesting. There have been matches, and even today in Group A, the final group games are going to be played. All matches are going to be played simultaneously at the same time because it's the final group game. So if you look at the group standings, well, Cameroon, the host, marching through 6 points out of the 2 matches that they played. They won 2 out of 2. So in the other groups, in Group B, Guinea, Senegal seems to be marching on, each 4 points. They also have a final group game to go. Morocco, already 6 points. They played 2 and won 2. And in Group D, Nigeria played 2 and won 2, 6 points. Obviously, they're also through. Egypt came in their second after their victory in their second match against Guinea-Bissau. And also, if you look at the other groups, one of the biggest matches that the Africa Cup of Nations people are reacting to is the shock defeat for their holders, Algeria. Algeria, over the last 2 years, have not lost a single game, not in the qualifiers. 35 games. And you know who broke the jinx? Is little Equatorial Guinea. I think their population is less than 1 million people, or thereabout.
Yes, they are in their hundreds of thousands.
Yes, so there you go. Suck results for football, suck results in African football, but it can always happen. There are no minnows now in African football. There are, but on paper, when they get onto the pitch,
Gajaga,
it looks
who would have
different.
thought that Gambia will go this far? I mean, we are trying. At some point, people were having the mentality that our first game, Gambia is out.
Yes. And the other team to talk about also is Mama Salone.
Okay.
Sierra Leone played against Ivory Coast. Can you imagine? Also, in the nick of time, they equalized and it ended 2-2. So after 2 matches, they have 2 points. And if they win their final match, they are going to be through. So it looks very, very interesting. The Africa Cup of Nations has been a fantastic competition.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, I wonder what the Malian coach is doing right now, considering he had to build little
we
Gambia.
make him chew his words.
Yes, he said, yes.
Said, Gambia, yes, I watched their team. I think they have some individual players, good ones. But as a team, they will not give us problems. So definitely, it's going to be 3 points for my team. But at the end of the 90 minutes, we share the points.
Yes, so next time, then he will not belittle any team that comes his way. And you know, Gambia is the only country that has never been defeated.
And finally, let me end with this, Gambia, Jennifer. Gambia in the volleyball, the Zone 2. It was hosted by Gambia, and the male team beat Senegal 3 straight sets.
Oh, wow.
And that is something that we'll be expanding to talk about in tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
The women silver.
All right,
yes,
thank you so much for joining us, Mumde Gajaga. We'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll head right on to Click segment 2. Stay tuned.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Want it? Order for it and pay quickly using Quick Pay on the Q Money platform. With great technology comes ease and convenience. Get a glimpse of what a comfortable life is with Q Money by dialing *323# now. Call 133 for more information. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe.
Everything I touch turns into light. I am the light at the end of the tunnel, and my technology is the answer. I am the happiness in your life. I keep you connected, and I am Q Power. I am QCell. I am Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. Call. Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now let's head right on to the Click segment.
Morning, Genova. Morning, Ballet. Like always, it's good to share this platform with you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you very much, my brother. And today, we have a special guest whose music is always about peace, bringing people, together, that unity. And until today, she still preaches that message. I give you the beautiful Ses Ngom. Welcome to the platform.
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for having me, guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
really.
Thank you, Ses. The surname Ngom rings a loud bell when it comes to entertainment in the Gambia here. So, are you in any way related to the late Musa Ngom?
Yes, I mean Musa is my dad's brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're related, yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. So just to walk us through on your journey into music.
My journey has not been an easy one, I must say. But if you know me, you know I love music. It's what I do. It's what I've been doing. And yeah, that's me, basically. You know?
Very short and precise.
Yes.
Okay, recently we're in African period, and the Gambia is represented in the African. And we saw that you came up with a concept bringing people from your own generation and people on this current generation on this platform, wherein you guys sang a song for the Scorpions. Just elaborate a little on that.
Yeah, shout out to Singate. I mean, he's the producer of the song. Just about 3 days before the first match against Mauritania, he gave me a call in the morning, and we had this discussion about the match. I was so nervous. I thought I was gonna die. You know, I actually felt. I felt sick. I was sick.
It's the same feeling for
I was
everyone.
planning on going to Westfield for the celebration, but I couldn't. I was in bed the whole time. So yeah, thanks to Singate for coming up with this great project. Yeah, and to everyone who participated in being a part of it. To all the artists, I mean, I say a very big thank you to you all.
Nice, very big thank you. So we'll go for a short break. We'll just watch that video of yours, and we'll be right back with more of Sesngom.
Viva Scorpions, adios. Munena hariga mia, yelenye namor. Jarama, darling Scorpion, Scorpion, darling Scorpion, Scorpion, darling Scorpion, Scorpion, darling Scorpion.
Oh, welcome back from that amazing video of yours. How do you feel right now?
Well, I can't really express how I feel right now. I'm extremely happy, I must say.
Nice. So, Sesngom, how does it feel being a female in a male-dominated field? Like in the Gambia here, the music scene is mostly dominated by male. How do you feel?
Yeah, I get asked this question a lot. But I think just because the male, you can easily tell that we're being supported by them.
Okay.
Because we're involved in their shows, and at times we do have collabs with them as well,
Right.
which is something great, and we truly appreciate. I'm not sure. I mean, I would say this is a problem not just Gambia has, not just female artists have in Gambia. It's a general problem. It's a general problem everywhere. But, we're doing our thing, and hopefully we'll get there someday.
And what do you think can be done to solve this problem?
Well, just work harder and work hard towards achieving our goals. That's all.
Well, if you talk to me, I think recently there is a very good relation between female and male artists, because I've seen a whole lot of collaboration. I've seen the one that Stylist did on the highway with
the one Gambia song, right?
Yeah. So I think it's coming up.
It's coming up. We'll get there.
Yes. So I think it's coming up.
Nice. Yes, I also have a question, just quite quickly, because as a female, we know the sexual and gender-based violence is also directed to you people as females. So how do you battle that?
Well, sis, I've learned throughout this entire journey of mine that, well, to be honest, I've gone through a lot when it comes to it. I don't want to go deep into it.
I understand.
Okay, but I just learned to live with it and cope.
So how do you feel when somebody tells you to be able to get this, you have to give me this? What's your reaction to that person?
Well,
what do you tell the person?
I hardly talk to the person. I don't even reply back.
And you'll be like, hey, I'm going to do this with or without you.
I don't even talk to them, honestly. Honestly.
Well, you know, I cannot even imagine how can a person act like
that. It's happening in the industry.
It happens a lot. Yeah. I just don't want to go deep into it.
It surprised me. Tell us about that song. You did with Sophia, Miss Jobis.
The woman empowerment song.
Men carry you on a bed.
We're queens. Yeah. We're queens. So what do you expect? We're supposed to be carried everywhere we go.
Absolutely, and I agree.
We deserve better. Just as the title says. Yeah.
Okay, so what are we looking forward to? Upcoming projects?
There's a lot coming up that I wouldn't say here.
Why? But this is the morning show. You have to tell us everything.
Well, yeah. What if I say it and it never happens?
No, it surely will.
I'll come back here.
Just all you need to do is put in the work.
All I can say is there's a whole lot of projects coming up this 2022.
Okay.
Now stop right there.
Sex Mom is one of the most influential female artists in this country.
Oh, thank you.
I follow her a lot. I watch her videos and I listen to her songs.
Yeah, and she also has an international collaboration with Wally.
With Wally.
Yeah, tell us how did the link come about?
Well, yeah, Mr.
You know that video made me very jealous. I was like, Brother Wally, what are you doing?
You could just wrap up with that.
Sole Fraser of Global Properties helped out with that.
Nice video.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program, Session.
I'm always nervous.
No, you're fine.
I did great,
How did I do?
It's all right. It's okay.
You did absolutely fine.
So you can just wrap up.
Okay,
thank you.
That was all we had for you on this morning Click segment. Do join us same time tomorrow, and I have a guest tomorrow. Yo, I won't tell you who the guest is, but it's going to be a surprise. Tune in tomorrow same time.
Tell us.
No. I want to keep you.
I think I know who. I heard you talking to someone.
No, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, so viewers, that is all we have for you in this edition of This Morning. Till we come your way tomorrow with another interesting episode. Bye for now.
ndox mu set dafa bokk ci dunni doomu aadama te biir kat amul seetu waral na lépp lu fay dugg dafa war a doon li nga xamante ne ni du indil doomu aadama bi loraange ci wàllu wérugu yaram One Stop Water Solution Limited ñu ngi fii ci biir réew taxaw temm fexe pour gis ne doomu aadama bu ne di nga naan ndox moo xamante ne ni ndox mu sell te wóor la ndax indil nañ leen ay xeetu filtres yi nga xamante ne ni mun ngeen koy jëfandikoo ci seeni pompe yi ci biir réew moo xam booxool ngay jëfandikoo wala pompe nawet yi ne bépp xeetu filtre bi nga xamante ne ni dina la indil wér gu yaram musal la ci loraange amal nañ leen ko ci biir réew am nañ 10-inch filter set of 3 bii nag ñett lay àndal bu ci ne ak li muy liggéey bokk na ci 5 micron pp sediment filter bii nag mooy segg ndox mi ba mu set génne fa lépp li nga xamante ne ni warta ànd ak ndox moomu bala nga koy jëfandikoo gat granule carbon filter bii nag mooy segg génne lépp lu xeetoog chemical ak organique yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo nekk ci biir ndox mi sellal ndox mi ba waral mu soppi li nga xamante ne moom la ndox mi di saf mu soppi cafin gi def ko ndox mu sell te óor CTO block carbon filter bii nag du yem rek ci segg ndox mi sellal ko ba mu sell waaye nag daf koy yokk ay ngéneel yi nga xamante ne ni day baax ci wér gu yaramu doomu aadama bi dëgëral waaye tamit yàggal lool sa yuur wi am nañ tamit 12-inch filter set of 3 boobu it liggéey bu nu mel lay def ñetti filter yépp benn bu ne ak lu muy liggéey am nañ 10-inch post carbon 10-inch coconut carbon 75 GPD pure one membrane bi amal nañ leen bépp xeetu water tank tàmbalee ko ci 500 litres 5000 ba ci 1000 litres ak plumbing fittings kon nag mbokk yi bu ngeen buggee naan ndex yu sell te wóor seeti leen One Stop Water Solution Limited suñu makkaan bu mag baa nga foofa ca Sukuta Highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala nga call ñu ci 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Solution Limited ndox mu set mooy yàggal dund ni doomu aadama
There's a drive within us